Hey, before I get started, I'm going to be showing my progress on Xenoverse 2. I wanted to announce we need to have a moment of silence for the capture card I'm using. It just does not boot up at all anymore. I've tried multiple things, I updated the drivers, I restarted the computer. It just does not boot up anymore. Now, I hear that the Avermedia C027 is actually a pretty good card. I have a friend of mine on Twitch who's offering to sell it to me for 50 bucks. So, hopefully, what I can do next week, or at some point in December, is I can try to do a fundraiser to get both the capture card and the new video card and have a pretty hefty PC upgrade. I do have some Amazon credit which I can put towards the video card, so I'm actually trying to not raise that much. What I wanted to ask is what you guys thought would be a good way to structure this. I could do requests on stream for people who want to contribute. The problem is that everybody's got a different schedule. I know I have people that watch from outside of America and stuff like that. I feel like doing a stream may not be that conductive or may not be that productive because people have all kinds of different time zones and things to do. So what I thought I would do on top of the stream is open up requests. If you have something that you'd like me to do on a previous game that I've covered that I still have access to, there is some stuff on PS4 that you can't really use the built-in streaming for, but I think I have mostly games that support it. You can go ahead and let me know in the comments, or you can hit me up in private and we can work it out from there. That way you can get the compensation that you want, and you will not have to be bound to time zone differences. Like, I'm sure if you ever watched like FGC majors and stuff like that, sometimes they have ones in Korea and Japan and China and stuff like that. And if you're in America, it can be like it could start at like 2 in the morning and end at like 6 and stuff like that. So I think that's the best way to structure things, but it's your call. If you guys want to contribute to help get these upgrades. Now, obviously, the video card is not entirely needed right now, but it would be nice to have it done this month, or rather in December, simply because I don't really have any other gaming plans for December. It's probably going to be finishing up this. I'm pretty much almost done with the plot. I'll probably actually be done with the plot today. I can't really stream it because this game randomly blocks the last part of the story. The rest is completely fine to stream, which is kind of why you will always need a capture card if you want to take this stuff seriously. But I'm going to be finishing this and then probably going into God Eater and PSO2 and stuff like that. So that's the plan. I'll go ahead and I'll post my stuff in the description, but please let me know how you'd like things to be structured. If you prefer a stream or a YouTube video, you can have the video done and uploaded that way, so you don't have to worry about time zones, or both, whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and show my progress. Now, I looked into a lot of people have been doing research. Apparently, the last point that you put in your basic attack and strike super, it only adds 1 point of damage. And in this game, you do thousands of points of damage in a combo. So I have these at 124. I added a little extra key because the QQ Bang I'm using does subtract 1 arrow from key. So this way you have 5 bars of key. Ideally, I'll probably put the rest of the points in either stamina or health. I hear health is actually something you shouldn't put points into because it takes like a ridiculous amount to get like any kind of noticeable difference. Right now with the QQ Bang I'm using, I actually have almost 2 full bars of health. So I'm probably going to put the rest in stamina and then my natural level growth. In this game, what they don't tell you is that when you level up, you get natural stats. It's just sometimes it can be hard to notice because of whatever QQ Bang you're using. So I'm probably going to put enough in here for another bar of stamina, and then maybe the rest in health, and just have it all set up. That's pretty much my striker build. I'll go ahead and I'll show the QQ Bang. So as you can see here, minus 5 health actually seems really detrimental. But I think health, from what I've heard, I've been watching a lot of the high-level PvP players who play this game, and they've said that health is the best stat to have a detriment in when you're making a QQ Bang, because you don't really get that much of a difference unless you have it completely maxed out. So it has minus 5 health, minus 1 key, which doesn't seem to be too noticeable. I picked up the slack. Yeah, I just compensated for it with 20 bars or 20 points in key. Now, -2 Key Blast Supers is obviously, who cares about that? You know, if you're playing a strike build, you don't really need that to begin with. So I've got max stamina, which is nice. Stamina is very important both in PvP and PvE. Basic attack and strike supers is 4. I don't know with the build or the recipe that I used, I don't know if you can get a 5 in strike supers. I'll have to mess around with that later. But the way that I made this was I took one set of Pecan's clothes and one item of the Great Saiyaman suit, and then I combined it with the Senzu Bean Sprout. And it actually didn't take that long. It only took a few resets to get it. So you can use this recipe if you want to make a strike build and you want this QQ Bang. I can tell you that the recipe, it's not set in stone. It gives you a higher chance of getting what you want, but you may still have to reset a few times. What most people do is they get a couple sets at once, and they just, you combine them, maybe like 2 or 3 of them tops, unless you have tons of money. And then if you don't get what you want, you back out. As long as you don't back out of the QQ Bang screen, then the game won't save. So you can back out to your PlayStation menu, and you can close the application. Or if you're one of the lucky people who has it on PC, you can simply just Alt F4 and get out of it that way. Now, I had to reset several times before I found this recipe. Once I found the recipe, I think it only took like 2 or 3 resets. So that's not like any kind of formula or anything like that. The formula is basically just you combine those 3 items and you have a higher chance of getting what you want. But it will not happen on the first time unless you're really lucky. I actually min-maxed it a little bit, and I got a better one here. Anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll show what I'm using for moves right now. I have Potential Unleashed, which I haven't even really used yet because I had such bad key from that other QQ Bang. That's supposed to help. Bloody Counter, I haven't really used that much. I don't know if there's a better evasive skill or not, but I'm just sticking with that right now. Time Skip Molotovs, pretty much only here for the style factor and until I get something better. Justice Combo doesn't really need any explanation. This is pretty much one of the only practical strike ultimates that I know of. I haven't really touched the PQs that much, so I don't know whatever other stuff there is, but that's my build for now. Superman Dance, I already went over that, so it's a pretty good move. Union 4 Special Combo is actually really good considering how early in the game you can get it. As early as I think the Frieza Saga, you can get the PQ to do this. You probably have, I had to go through this like maybe 5, 6, 7 times, but maybe my luck just wasn't that great. Best thing about it, it doesn't seem like you can vanish or evasive skill out of it. It has numerous variations, but the default one actually does the most damage. The up one is pretty cool too, but the controls for it seem to be kind of finicky. Final Cannon, I'll probably replace with something else better later on, and then Maximum Charge. So that's pretty much my build. I'm not level 80 yet, so I'll update this whenever I decide what I'm going to do for sure, but like I said, if you put the extra point in this, you get 1 point of damage, which is probably like not even a pixel in this game, so I put it at that for now. I might tweak it later on. So the rest of the points is probably going to go into stamina, and then maybe a little bit of health, whatever it takes to get me in an extra block of stamina, since I have max level 5 arrow stamina on the QQ Bang. But health, like I said, is like the best thing to have a negative attribute in on your QQ Bang, because it really doesn't make much difference. I've barely noticed a difference with it on than with it off. It seems like maybe if you're min-maxing it's a big deal, but at the same time you're getting such a ridiculous damage boost and a stamina boost that the rest doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's my progress in Universe 2 for now. Like I said, help me help you guys. If you want to help fund the big PC upgrade next month, then go ahead and let me know in the comments what you would prefer, and we'll go from there. I probably will still be streaming it too, but I feel like it's probably better for everybody if I do at least part of it on here, so that you can just log on when you have time and you can get your compensation that way. Anyway, catch you guys later. Moment of silence for the capture card. Seems like it's a problem that is very widespread. The capture card's a few years old and it's gotten pretty heavy use, so I'm not going to bother fighting with it. For now, I'm going to use the built-in streaming and the PC stuff. Luckily, the only thing that I was really going to use the capture card for, at least in the next month or two, is Fate Extella. And I'm not completely on the fence about that yet. If I do, it would be nice to have, but I'll have to put some thought into that. I know Amazon Prime is, if you have Amazon Prime, they're selling the version, the PS4 version, just the basic one without all the extra stuff for 40 bucks. So we'll see what happens there. It depends on if I get the capture card or not. Anyway, catch you guys later. Peace.